Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Today my lesson is about the thirst of Imam al-Hussein and how is that thirst connects us with Shahr Ramadan. First, I want to congratulate you for the coming up of Shahr Ramadan, which is tomorrow, inshallah. And I want to wish you the best time and the best month, inshallah. And inshallah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala give you the opportunity to do siyam. Even if you are little, you can do siyam for half a day, and then you can extend that half a day to like afternoon, and then you can start practicing little by little. That's how exactly I do it with my kids. When they're little, I let them fast up until 12 o'clock at noon, and then the day after or a couple of days after, I make them fast up until 2 o'clock. If they can tolerate until the end, I let them. If they cannot, they can break their fast. That's when they were little. But if you're a mukallaf, if you are a girl, you're 9 years old, you have to start fasting. Now, if you get sick, that means you need to stop fasting. Now, I want you to know that it's a duty, it's a must that you have to fast when you are a mukallaf girl, and if you are a mukallaf boy, you need to start fasting. Now, if you are a teenager and a mukallaf boy, you have to start fasting. If you are older than 12 years old, I think it's time for you to start practicing. And trust me, do not miss the opportunity. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives you pleasure and happiness when you fast. That happiness in your heart and in your mind, nothing is like it when you fast to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, because that worshipping is for nobody. When you fast for no one but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you fast for your mom? Do you fast for anybody? No. It's for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. No one can share that worshipping with you. And inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give you the opportunity to do that. Now, today I want to talk to you about Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. I want to go back with you to the camp of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. Now, if we go back to Ashura and we want to talk about the camp of Imam Hussein and the camp that's standing in front of it, or the opposite camp of Yazid. And now, Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam was so thirsty. Ahl al-Bayt were thirsty. Abu al-Fadl al-Abbas was thirsty. Sayyida Zainab, the kids, the children, the friends, the soldiers that are with him, his companions were thirsty. Imam al-Hussein tried to use that thirst in a positive way. He was actually successful of using it in a positive way. Not only him, along with the people in his camp, with his household and everybody. Now, on the opposite side was Yazid and was the army of Yazid. They tried to use that desperation and that thirst in a negative way. They wanted Imam Hussein alayhi salam to give up and to give in for Yazid, and just that's it. Leave Islam alone, and you just follow Yazid, and that's it, and Yazid will take care of everything. Imam Hussein refused that because he would never give up Islam for the sake of anything, for the sake of anything, because this is the way of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and this is his duty to protect Islam. So, and Imam Hussein, he was an adult, and he was thirsty, and everybody were thirsty. Now, Imam Hussein alayhi salam, maybe he was able to tolerate that thirst. Maybe he was able to tolerate it because he's old enough. But when it came to his own kids, when it came to the children and the women in his camp, he could not tolerate of looking at them and see how thirsty they are and make them go through what he is going through. So he felt really bad. So one of the scenery in Shahr Ramadan, one of the scenes that when Imam Hussein alayhi salam held that baby in front of the camp of Yazid, and he said, if you don't want the elderly, the oldest, the elderly people, not the elderly people, if you don't want us to drink, okay, just let the kids drink. It's not gonna do any harm for you. Just let the kids drink. Now that shows how much desperate he was to let his own kids drink, or the kids in the camp to drink. Now Yazid and his camp, they used that as an advantage. So they kept insisting of not letting one drop of water go to that camp so they can make Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam give up along with his family. Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam, of course, he didn't, and we know what happened to the baby, and we know the whole story after. Now, how is that story connected to us in these days? Now, when remember, Ashura is a lesson for every single day in our life. Every time you want to get a lesson, an Islamic lesson, you go to Ashura, you're gonna find a lesson that fits your daily life. Now, if I want to compare that time when Imam Hussein alayhi salam was thirsty, and I want to compare it to the time that we are right now. We are thirsty. But in what matter are we thirsty? We are thirsty to see our Imam, Ajalallah Ta'ala Faraj al-Sharif, Imam al-Hujjah, Sahib al-Zaman. Now, in this situation, what kind of steps I should be taking? How can I use that thirst to see to be a successful person and to be a true Ahl al-Bayt follower? Now, in the camp of Yazid, we have people on social media that always, say things about to us to make us depressed and get rid of that idea that we should be waiting for Imam Mahdi. They would always say, "What, you're waiting for your Imam? Forget about it. You're waiting for your Imam? Forget about it. He's never gonna come." And they put that sadness and that bad feeling in our heart and our minds to make us get away from what we believe in. In our camp, in the camp of Imam al-Hussein, we hold on. We say to ourselves, this is the thirst that I'm gonna use to reach my ultimate goal, to go to the Jannah, just like how Imam al-Hussein was thirsty for water and he was a successful, he succeeded at the end. I wanna be like my Imam. I wanna be in the camp of my Imam. I'm gonna be a successful person. So I'm gonna use that time when I'm waiting for my Imam and make the best out of it. I'm gonna be a successful person. I'm gonna be a good person. I'm gonna spread Islam. I'm gonna be a good child. I'm gonna be respecting myself. I'm gonna shine with my manners. I'm going to help others. I'm gonna be the best Ahl al-Bayt follower. I'm gonna worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with every sense I have. I want to worship him with my eyes. I want to worship him with my mouth. I want to worship him with my ears. I want to worship him with every feeling that I have in my heart. I'm never going to forget Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and I'm going to hold on to my religion like this. I'm going to be very tough, and I'm going to make the best out of my situation. Now, Shahr Ramadan is coming tomorrow, inshallah. It's starting tomorrow, inshallah. We say Shahr Ramadan is coming tomorrow, or it's coming tomorrow. We don't say Ramadan, okay? Remember that. Because Ramadan is one of the names of Allah, and we never ever say Ramadan goes and comes back. This is one of the hadith of Imam Ja'far al-Sadiq. Because Ramadan is one of the names of Allah, so we say Shahr Ramadan is starting tomorrow. You remember, always say Shahr Ramadan. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not go back and forth, okay? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does not go back and forth, but Shahr Ramadan comes back and forth. Now, Shahr Ramadan is starting tomorrow. How am I gonna connect? Why do I mean by connecting my thirst and that lesson of Imam Hussein with Shahr Ramadan, with my daily life? Now, tomorrow I'm starting to fast, or tomorrow I'm gonna start fasting. Now, while I'm fasting, I'm not gonna drink water. I'm not going to eat. Remember that fasting means no drinking and no eating. And by me not eating and fasting, I'm gonna kind of feel weak. Some people actually feel so angry because they're hungry and they're thirsty. Now, if you are one of these people that are getting angry or thirsty, you have to be very careful. And if you are so angry because you are thirsty and hungry, you have to be careful. Because if you are getting angry, that means you are kind of pulled to the camp of Yazid. That's what Yazid wants you to do. He wants you to give in, to give up, get angry, and lose it. We don't want that to happen. We want to stick to the camp of Imam al-Hussein alayhi salam. We want to stay in his camp. We want to follow his footsteps. Just like how Imam Hussein alayhi salam used his thirst to reach his ultimate goal, which is the happiness in the day of judgment. We want to be like him. I want to use my thirst. I want to use my hungry. I want to use my time in Shahr Ramadan to actually be the best follower of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam. I want to show my manners. I want to fix the way I talk to my parents. I want to stop raising my voice. I want to clean with my mom. I want to be the best person in the whole house. I want to be one of the sources in the house where my own brothers and sisters can come to me and actually say, could you please see if I am praying correctly or not, So I want you to be the teacher in the house. I want you to be the helper in the house. I want you to be the best child in the house. Now, do your job, do your work, so until you reach the ultimate goal, which is the satisfaction of succeeding in the day of judgment. One day, if you follow the steps of Imam Hussein, one day you're gonna be walking on Sirat al-Mustaqim with no hesitation. It's gonna be so easy. You're gonna walk on that Sirat al-Mustaqim because that heart that you have is so pure to the point where Allahumma salli ala Muhammad Muhammad. That's my son coughing. He interrupted me. So I want you to have that pure heart that drives you to the Jannah, that heart that carried the love of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and only Allah, and the heart that carried the love of Ahl al-Bayt alayhim salam. Inshallah, you'll pass that Sirat al-Mustaqim and you will meet our Imams at the door of the Jannah, and they will take your hand and take you in because you made the best out of your situation, of any situation. Inshallah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will make you one of these successful people, and inshallah we will meet Ahl al-Bayt one day with our heads raised up and our faces are lit with the light of Iman, inshallah. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. I love you all, guys, and I miss you so much.